Welcome to the Titan Tar channel. Today we have a topic to discuss about the advancement of Russian forces in Ostroy and the challenge of Ukrainian defense. Don't miss the chance to join us and share your opinions with us. Become a member of our channel and evolve your rank. Ukrainian forces continue to retreat in the direction of Pokrovsk and Kurakovo, while Russian armed forces advance, capturing large areas around the settlement of Ostroy, an eastern suburb of Kurakovo. This advance extends Russian control along the southern bank of the Volkhia River, which expands into a reservoir in the Kurakovo region, creating a solid base for further military operations. At the same time, the Russian army is consolidating its presence near Pokrovsk, especially in the Seledovo area. Russian troops surround the city from three sides, and assault groups are already operating inside Seledovo. Despite the growing pressure, Ukrainian public pages insist that there is no reason to panic, trying to downplay the strategic importance of these locations. An example of this is the recent statement that Ugledar also had no great strategic importance, although it is now under Russian control. However, many Ukrainians have expressed skepticism in the comments, wondering when Seledovo and Kurakovo will also be declared strategically unimportant. Regardless of these opinions, Russian troops continue to advance in Sakharino, where they already control about three-quarters of the territory, further strengthening their position in the region. Meanwhile, Ukrainian sources cite assessments by military experts warning of Ukraine's growing vulnerability to Russian airstrikes. To effectively resist, Kyiv would need more than $100 billion in funding, earmarked for the purchase of air defense systems, ammunition, fighter jets, and air-to-air missiles. However, with the West now focusing its attention and resources on the growing conflict in the Middle East, especially in support of Israel, Ukraine's hopes of getting the necessary aid are fading. Ukrainian experts believe that without such support, the Ukrainian armed forces will lose the ability to withstand Russian airstrikes, which will result in even greater losses for the Ukrainian army. The geopolitical situation is becoming increasingly unfavorable for Ukraine, with the international focus shifting rapidly. Additionally, the former NATO Secretary-General recently admitted that Russian forces outnumber European troops, suggesting that the resolution of the Ukraine crisis may be directly linked to the U.S. elections. He highlighted the shortage of weapons and highly ready troops in Europe, contrasting with his previous statements when, while still in office, he was a vocal advocate of continued support for Ukraine and the need to defeat Russia. This change in stance reflects the growing caution of Western leaders after leaving office. On another front, the former commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and current ambassador to London stated that the Ukrainian population between the ages of 18 and 25 should not be mobilized. According to him, this age group represents the future of the country and should be preserved as much as possible. During a meeting with Ukrainian students in London, he reiterated that he has always opposed the mobilization of young people in this age group, as he believes that these individuals are essential to ensuring Ukraine's long-term future. He added that young people should only be called up for military service in extreme cases, when the existence of the state is in imminent danger. According to him, if the country reaches this critical point, only this generation of young people could save Ukraine. The former commander stressed the importance of protecting this age group, which he considers key to the country's survival and reconstruction in the coming years. Also, recently, Ukrainian army officers have expressed dissatisfaction with the sending of older, physically unfit men to the front lines from military recruitment centers. The commander of one of the Ukrainian armed forces units reported that out of 50 older men sent as reinforcements, only 4 were actually assigned to combat positions. Most of the others deserted or were redirected to rear units due to their health conditions, making them unfit for frontline duty. At the same time, Ukrainian politicians have complained that the pace of mobilization in the country has slowed significantly. This comes at a time of growing tension between the military and political leadership. It is worth noting that the former commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian armed forces was removed from his post after disagreements with the country's president. Western media reported that President Zelensky was concerned about the commander's growing popularity among the population, worrying that he could become a political rival in the future. Amid these internal tensions, a British newspaper has revealed that the West and Kyiv are discussing a possible end to the military conflict in Ukraine based on a swap of territory for NATO membership. This plan, according to the publication, would involve Ukraine giving up its claims to the territories currently controlled by Russia, while the rest of the country would maintain its sovereignty and be accepted into the Western military alliance. Although this idea has been circulating for some time among experts and politicians, it faces several challenges. The proposed model has been compared to the agreement that ended the Soviet-Finnish War in 1939, in which Finland ceded part of its territory to the Soviet Union to secure peace. Furthermore, the proposal is reminiscent of the German model after World War II, when West Germany, despite being divided, continued to be seen as the true German state, receiving protection from NATO, while the eastern side was controlled by the USSR. However, the implementation of this idea faces significant obstacles. Russia is firmly opposed to Ukraine joining NATO, and the lack of consensus among the alliance members makes it difficult to implement this plan. In addition, the Luhansk, Zaporizhzhia, and Kherson regions, even partially under Ukrainian control, are considered by the Constitution of the Russian Federation to be an integral part of Russian territory. Thus, any agreement that ignores this reality is unlikely to be accepted by Moscow. Another complicating factor is Zelensky's loss of legitimacy as head of state. Although he is still president, his leadership is bound by martial law, and Russia has already said it will not negotiate while Ukrainian troops are in attack positions in the Kursk border region. Moscow will also never accept any part of what remains of Ukraine joining NATO, which was one of the main reasons for launching the special military operation. Even if the West and Kyiv reach an agreement without Moscow's involvement, removing Zelensky if necessary, such a move could drag NATO directly into a military confrontation with Russia. This is something that neither the current U.S. president nor his successors seem willing to risk. Without American military support, the European members of the alliance, no matter how strong countries such as Poland, the Baltic states, and Finland, are unlikely to have the capacity to confront Russia in a large-scale conflict. This situation places the West in a complex strategic dilemma, where decisions on Ukraine could have significant global repercussions. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Your interactions mean a lot to us and help us grow. See you next time.